Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of the Premier League Unfiltered. I hope you're all doing well. Honestly, I don't know where to start today. My head is still spinning from the derby, but at the same time, I feel like I've spent the rest of the week watching some of the most boring football of my life, barring the UCL games last night and today as well. Yeah, so if you look at the results in the weekend, Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool, it was all just flat, and I think I figured out why. We've entered this weird era where everything is so obsessed with data and possession value that we've lost the natural flow of the game. I'm seeing teams like top teams just putting the ball high up into the pitch just to win a second ball for territorial advantage. It's like everyone is just playing for a long throw in now. We've gone from 1.5 long throws a game last season to nearly 4 per match this year. It's effective, sure, but it's very robotic. We're losing those natural midfield battles because managers are too scared to lose the ball in the middle. It's complicated for the sake of being complicated, and frankly, it's making the essence of the game feel like a bit artificial. And speaking of things which are a bit off, if you look at Villa, they are in a serious downfall. And I'm not being harsh, but you can't lose your entire midfield. McGinn, Kamara, Onana, all injured, and I'm going to make a prediction that they will drop down from the top four in the coming weeks. And also, they were in for Gallagher as well, but he chose Spurs. That had to hurt for Villa fans. They needed that engine room energy desperately, but they will be getting Tammy Abraham as a backup striker and also have recalled Leon Bailey from his loan. So let's see how they go about things in the upcoming games. And now you look at the form guide for City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Villa, none of them can buy a win in their last five. It's like the top of the table has just hit a brick wall. And but then we get to the Manchester derby and finally some life. I have to hold up my hands and say Michael Carrick, what a debut. He just went back to the basics, a proper balanced 4-2-3-1. He put Mbeumo in for his pace, sat Mainoo deep to dictate, and suddenly United looked like a team that actually wanted to play forward. And statistically, it was a masterclass. Limiting Pep City with Haaland and Semenyo to just one shot on target, that doesn't happen by accident. Carrick didn't just get lucky with the new manager bounce. He outthought Pep by keeping it simple. But we have to talk about the man in the middle, Bruno Fernandes. Listen, if you still think this guy is just a penalty or a stats merchant, you're watching a different sport. Against City, he was the best number 10 on the planet. He became the first player ever to create 4 big chances against Pep's side in a single game. Let me read out his numbers from the derby. 1 assist, 4 big chances created, 6 key passes, 3 crosses, 5 long balls, 65 touches, 6 defensive contributions, 2 tackles, 8 recoveries, 5 duels won, and 100% dribbles. Wow. And since Bruno joined in 2020, he's created 600 chances in the Premier League. That's 168 more than Kevin De Bruyne in the same time frame. I know United haven't been winning trophies, but strictly as a number 10, nobody touches his output. And Carrick unshackled him in the weekend, and it showed exactly why he's the engine that makes the club run. Alright, looking ahead to the weekend, we've got Matchday 23, and let's be honest, after the chaos of the derby, the pressure on the top 4 is absolutely suffocating right now. Saturday starts at 12:30 with West Ham versus Sunderland. Now don't sleep on this. Both these teams are coming off massive wins. West Ham actually did us a favor by beating Spurs recently, and Sunderland are sitting ninth, punching way above their weight. It's at the London Stadium, but with West Ham's inconsistency, I wouldn't be shocked if Sunderland nick a point here. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Then the 3 p.m. kickoff, City versus Wolves, is the one to watch. Pep is in a very dark place right now. No wins in 2026 yet. If they can't beat a Wolves side that is rooted to the bottom of the table at the Etihad, the title race is officially over. I expect a response, but it'll be a grind 2-0 to City. At the same time, we've got Burnley versus Tottenham. Burnley at Turf Moor is never easy, so I think they will beat Spurs 2-1. The late game is Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Liverpool have drawn their last 4 games and they've looked a bit toothless up top. And I think Bournemouth will fancy this, but surely Liverpool have to win eventually. So I'll go with the 2-1 win to Liverpool, but I'm not confident. Sunday is where things get really spicy. We kick off at 2 with the triple header. Palace vs Chelsea is a massive test for Liam Rosenier. He's had a mixed start and Selhurst Park is tricky, and without Cole Palmer, who's a major doubt, Chelsea look ordinary. I'm smelling an upset here, 1-0 to Palace. Then there's Newcastle vs Villa. If there's one game Villa fans are dreading, it's this. Taking the decimated midfield to St James Park is a nightmare scenario. Newcastle are clinical at home, and I think they'll just overpower what's left of Villa's squad, so 3-1 to Newcastle. Now coming to the big one, Arsenal vs Manchester United, 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. This is the ultimate test for Carrick. Arsenal are 6 points clear, but they're coming off a heavy midweek Champions League battle with Inter. They're going to be leggy. United on the other hand are rested. They're high on a derby day adrenaline, and Carrick has them believing again. If Carrick goes to the Emirates and gets a result, the conversation changes from top 4 push to our United back. Arsenal are favourites, but I'm telling you, this United side is different right now. I'm going to go for a bold 2-2 draw. Keeps the title race alive, and I think it will be similar to the Manchester derby where Arsenal will dominate the ball and United will hit them on the counter. We finish on Monday night with Everton vs Leeds. Everton just beat Villa. Leeds are fighting for survival, so it's going to be an ugly 1-0 win to Everton. Anyways, that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, share and subscribe, and also let us know your feedbacks and comments. Take care everyone. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.